how do you do the math in a rental property? Well, this is my specialty. I love rental properties if you don't know. And I highly recommend looking at rental properties, especially if you're an investor. It might not be for the weak of heart. So the way that I calculate the math is I look at several factors. And I think if you miss these factors, I think you really miss the real numbers in rental properties. The first thing you need to do is calculate how much money you're going to have after a rent is taken out, expenses are taken out, and you've taken out your mortgage. So if you're buying a home with a mortgage, you need to look at what it's going to rent for. Okay, you need to look at the months vacant. So that would mean I would do a 12-month period, and then you need to see what it's going to take to pay off any expenses that you have. Now in San Antonio, I found that you can look at 50% of everything that is spent. So if you of your rent, so if you take a rent of $2,000, you can take 50% of that, which would be $1,000, and that's going to be needed to pay for expenses, taxes, insurance, etc. So then you're left with $1,000 left. Okay, so this is where a lot of people run from real estate. They're like, that's not going to work out well for me. And they come in a bad situation where I'm either buying a really cheap home in a cheap area, and I'm going to really work at making it work where the math works right with a investment, or I'm going to work and do everything possible to find this absolutely incredible deal. And then when they buy it, maybe it's not an incredible deal, or they're going to think they have to come out of pocket every month to pay for that investment. And so what my recommendation is, when you look at this, you need to figure out what you can tolerate. If you can come out of pocket a little bit of times and buy that right investment, you can eventually wait to have that rent increase, and the rent will cover your note. Okay? But that might not happen immediately. You're also going to have the big benefit that your home is going to appreciate over the years, and things are going to look a little bit better. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about that rental properties sometimes require a lot of capital. They take somebody who's got some money that can either pay for that extra amount of money every month, or they can pay a home off cash, but we're talking about people who have money. Or if you don't have that, you might have to do a lot of work. That means you might do the property management, you might do the maintenance, you might do all that, and then wait till the home appreciates. So I've been in both situations where I've done everything with my properties, and it's a lot of work, but the fruits of that labor, once the house is going well, it can be outstanding. And then I've been able to fund that investment for a while and have it roll over. So if you have any questions about that, we look at rental properties all the time. I would love to talk to you more about it. I think it's a great deal, but you have to really know your numbers.